I'm on my way to the bus right now, and I'm going down into New York City. Got to do a little bit of shopping. Please excuse the garbage truck that just went by. And as I believe that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, or at least that's my excuse today, this video is going to be in the style of Mr. Ian Baxter, a great person who I know well. And what he does is he walks across the Isle of Wight and engages in some conversational asides along the way. And while I don't find that I am quite as engaging, perhaps, as he is, I'm going to give it a shot. So, well, like I said, I'm on the way to the bus right now, so I'll talk to you shortly. Just got off that bus, one that's moving behind me, and I got Central Park. Am I right? And I'm about to head over to the first stop I have planned for today. So I got off the bus at 69th Street, which was a bit earlier than I really needed. So here's a little scenery for you. This is the southeast corner of Central Park. Right opposite is that the Plaza Hotel? Famous from a lot of movies. Look at it. But that's not where I'm going. So onwards. Of course, the band stopped playing when I walked past them, but what are you going to do? Okay. So there's a certain mural, piece of street art, whatever you want to call it, just around the next corner that I always like to have fun with. And I don't see why today should be any different. Let me just get across here quick before the light changes. So, there's the Plaza Hotel again. Central Park there. Okay. So, not much to say here. Oh, this is kind of cool. I might like this. Let's see if I can get this in. It's the Dior store. Dior. That's what I'm looking for. Right there. Now, the trick is time it so that you catch somebody going through, getting their head pinched. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Let's see what happens. I used to work for a women's health club. I used to hand out flyers advertising their services, and one of the corners I used to stand on was 57th and Lexington, but we're already past that. Occasionally they would send us up here to the City Court building, which I'm going to show you in just 1 second. As soon as I cross the street. So, City Court building is that one, the new one. And I probably did that job 40 years ago. Around 83, 84, maybe 85. I'm fairly sure I only did it for about 2 years in a row. But yeah, did a lot of things. And the trick with the flyers was that you would send us for 2 hours before lunch to one location, stand there, hand out your flyers, and then after lunch 3 hours, stand there, hand out your flyers. That's all that was involved. No stress. Asshole. No stress. No effort, really. The only thing was in the winter or the rain, and sometimes just the wind coming through the avenues and the crossings, you would suffer a little bit because you couldn't leave that spot, so you were kind of exposed. But you know, enough layers, you can endure pretty much anything for an hour or two. So yeah, that was fun. I was only making minimum wage, but I enjoyed it. I miss those days. I miss that youth. Anyway, like I said, going down to Grand Central Station. That's about 40. Starts at about 48th and Lex. I'm currently passing 52nd, so I should be there shortly. And I'll pick back up then. So I decided to take a tiny bit of a detour since I'm on no fixed itinerary or schedule of any kind. You know, I'm retired. And I thought I'd show you something, hopefully a little special, that's on 51st Street between 2nd and 3rd. That's not it. And nor is that. So, yeah. So let's just keep walking. So obviously in a city like New York, it's very urban. It's very much a city. There's no mistaking it. And what that means is that any time that you have access to something less urban, less city-like, you go for it. And so, here we are at Greenacre Park, between 2nd and 3rd on 51st Street. And I'm just going to come over here and there we have it. Waterfall, right in the middle of Manhattan. And there's a little coffee shop which is closed at the moment. Lots of seating. See? Nice little rock pool. It's a very nice little spot. But I can't spend much more time here because I really want to get out of the city and get back home. Because unlike where I live, Manhattan is very, very people-y, very full of people. And yeah, I just need to go home. So it's onward, like I said, back to Grand Central. So I'm going to walk down 3rd Avenue for a minute, since I'm already here, and make my way down to Grand Central. See you shortly. So I'm almost at, well, I'm at 45th Street. I was going to say I'm almost at 42nd Street, but it's kind of redundant. Had to get myself a little Starbucks something, warm up a little. Plus I didn't have any breakfast, so that kind of helps. Anywho, see you inside. Okay, so I'm inside Grand Central, walking through the market. It's like all different fine foods aggregated in one walk-through section. Cheeses, spices, meats, fish, chocolates, you name it, it's kind of here. Even some nice looking pies. But, as is typical, this is not why I'm here. So, onward. Some of the fish. So, out into Grand Central proper. I'm going to go over here because I feel like it gives me the best shot at where I'm trying to get to. One of New York's busiest train stations. We've got all kind of commuter railroads, subways, everything comes through here. We're out into the Great Hall, or whatever they call it. I'll show you the roof. There's usually some armed soldiers somewhere around, or at least there were, in the not so distant past, but I don't see any. So on we go. Try and control the bouncing as much as possible. That's actually a nice picture. Maybe I'll use that for a thumbnail. I don't know. Okay, so where I wanted to come to is right ahead of me, which I will show you. Okay, so it's kind of warm there in Grand Central, so I'm still cooling off. Hence the missing hat. It's actually in my pocket. I haven't lost it yet. So that mission, so far both missions have been accomplished fairly easily. And now I have 71 minutes until my bus to go back home. So I'm going on a side mission. Totally off the books. Not planned. Not scripted. So, yeah. 42nd Street I'm on right now. That's why there's so many people out here. Which I don't particularly enjoy anymore. I used to. One time it never bothered me. But now, yeah, live well without it. That's the Chrysler building back there behind me. For anyone who's keeping count. Supposedly, well, actually, my cousin Mandy's favorite building. Okay. So moving on. And I'll pick up again in a few more minutes when there's something interesting and worth picking up for. So it'd be interesting to see how much ground I covered walking down from 69th Street to, well, I'm now on 40th Street. And yeah, I'll let you know. So I'm here on Madison Avenue now. About to cross over and wait for the bus for about 10-15 minutes. And this has been fun. So right now, just got off the bus. That took some time coming up from the city through the Bronx. Always does. But I'd still rather take the bus all the way into the city, the express bus that is, rather than take a local bus to the subway to pick up the train. Again, it's just too many people there. No bueno. Not comfortable for me. It may be aftermath of COVID, but it also may be that I've become Westchesterized, and that suburban living has kind of spoiled me, for want of a better phrase. And I kind of value my personal space now, which you just do not get in Manhattan. Anyway, I'm back up here in Yonkers, in Westchester County, just north of New York City, and I'm happy. And in about 8 to 10 minutes, I'll be in the warmth of my apartment and a happy camper. So this is a sign off from me. It's been a good walk, well, a good set of walks, and was glad to have you along. And like I said before, unless I cut that bit out, if anybody's interested in seeing any of these walking around videos, feel free to mention it in the comments. And if you've got any suggestions for locations, preferably within New York City, but I can possibly drive to other locations. Just the opportunities for that are far and few between, since we only have one car in our household. It's usually taking my wife to work so that she can maintain the lifestyle to which I've become accustomed. Anyway, thanks for coming along, and I'm going to leave a link down below to Mr. Ian Baxter's latest video where he's walking on the Isle of Wight in the UK. And yeah, that's it for now. I got nothing left.